What it means to a local musician is that it exemplifies excellence, and it means that you're recognized not only by your peers that write songs, but those that actually do the hard labor of recording songs.
It's hard for me to wrap my brain around what that even looks like because it's kind of like a pageantry, but it's also like something to aspire to. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Now, you heard while winning a Grammy is one of music's biggest achievements, many smaller artists have already just made a name for themselves here in Toledo. Our Trent Croce got a chance to join one in the studio earlier today. Now, Trent, you're in our studio. Who did you connect with?
Well, yes, Tatiana, one artist has a lot to be proud of already. His name, Chiefalone. Having just released his 7th studio album back in November, Chiefalone says he couldn't do this alone. Giving thanks to the Toledo music scene, he says is working together more than ever.
The typical artists, your Jay-Z's, your Nas, Snoop Dogg's, but I also looked up to a lot of my colleagues, my friends, my brothers. You know, we all did music together. Marley, Clemmy, Country, E. Kane, D.
Some of those artists may sound more familiar than others, but for Toledo artist and rapper Chiefalone, from the well-known to the lesser-known, he says they were all just as influential in his journey, touring with his brothers nationally under the name the Swagger Boyz. Now at 40 years old, Chiefalone says he and music are still meant to be.
It was inevitable. I've been actually making music since about 14, 15, but actually rapping since about 11. So it was nothing else that I knew I was going to do this forever.
3 years ago, Chiefalone opened his own production studio, Chosen Sound and Media, which he says has created surprisingly new collaborations and opened doors to many in the Toledo music scene.
It used to be really segregated. It was really clicks here, clicks there. But now, these days, a lot of the artists work with a lot of each other. You know, a lot of the artists work with each other.
The rapper's 7th studio album, Over Time, Not Overnight, dropped in November, and his collaborative work paid off, as 25 artists and producers from Toledo were featured on this album.
I did the album release party at the Huntington Center, so everybody on my album was able to sit in front of, you know, the audience and display the talents that they put on my album or the collaborative efforts they put on my album.
And for those up-and-coming Toledo musicians, Chief's advice is simple.
Never stop dreaming. If I would have stopped, I would have never made it this far. Stay motivated, stay dedicated, you know.
Stay motivated and stay dedicated. Chiefalone's album Over Time, Overnight is available on all streaming platforms, and if being an artist wasn't enough for him, he has his own hat company based in Toledo as well, called Effortless. More on those on our website, WTOL.com. In studio, Trent Croce, WTOL 11.